that boy.
You like to be on camera? Morning. So I've got the two boars out on my little grasture area, or what I call my grasture area, and they've been out here the last 3 days now, and I've periodically put them out here and trying to keep the grass down naturally, but then if they can't handle it, then I come through with the mower. And then if I do have to come through with the mower, then I take them back off of it for probably at least a week or so. Asher and I are going out for a little stroll. But I just want to show you that grass is coming in. It's like this is the third season since I initially planted that plot there. And I do have a sprinkler that I run on that. It's about an hour a day, plus whatever the natural precipitation is. And here's an update on these Duroc cross, guinea hog cross. So they are probably the most skittish litter I've ever had. Some of that is I'm not spending a lot of time in here, but they've been pretty skittish from the get-go, and they're growing all right, but they're really skinny, tall and skinny. So hopefully they fill out here a little bit later. There's a bit of a risk because their mom was kind of the same way. She was a little bit skinny because she was a runt. And I didn't know if that was just her genetics, if she was just small, skinny Duroc, or if there was something more to her. But they're kind of favoring her, but they are long, so there's still the potential of getting some good bacon. Here's my other Duroc cross, Pumpkin, and she's much later along than I thought initially, which means the boar Gumbo probably just got her pregnant right before I pulled her out of the pen when I had her in with the boars. So best guess she's probably, I don't know, a week to 10 days. I can actually feel some kicking going on in her belly though, and she's acting a lot more lethargic, which is what her sister did right before she started showing some signs. So she's starting to have a little bit more curvature to her belly on the bottom, and on the side she's getting a little bit wider. She's not showing any milk yet, so at the very least she's 4 days away. And I've got my folks are coming to visit in a week, so I know my mom's looking forward to the potential of having some baby piglets either while she's here or right before she's here. Haven't had any rain of late, so haven't done much additional dragging since the last videos. I shot those videos like a week and a half ago, and I've just kind of been slowly releasing the content. I take that back. I drug this area here kind of around where that hay trailer is and the Icelandic chicken coop, around this little island of rubble and junk, and just to break up the cap. And I have actually seen there's been some grass that I've noticed that has been popping up voluntarily throughout all of the pastures, but definitely like over here where my main herd is, I've got 11 pigs and the goat, who he's doing well. There he is right there, and those two there are pretty good buddies, and then the one that's laying down with the white feet, they get along pretty good too. So he's fitting in. He just goes about, does his thing, and browses around. And I've noticed when I go out there to fill that wallow that there's a little bit more grass just sporadically around, and there was like no grass to speak of anywhere in that pasture before I put those pigs out there. So they're doing some to help in the 7 months that I've put them, or at least had pigs in that pasture. Here's our spring chickens. They're doing well. I've got one chicken that is laying an egg, at least one chicken that's laying an egg in here, but it's like a miniature, hasn't developed a full size yet. So it kind of looks like the size of a quail egg. So, which is fairly normal for when they first start laying, especially as early as this one started laying. They just started laying at like 4.5 months. So the rest of them still have a good month or so before they probably will start laying. Like I said, I haven't been doing a whole lot on the outside, but I have been doing some things on the inside. So I'm gonna finish up my walk with Asher, and then we'll go in the house, and I'll do a little bit of walk around and show you kind of the progress that I'm doing there, and what I'm preparing for and trying to accomplish here, either before or during the visit that my folks are coming, because my dad usually helps me with a lot of the projects that are easier with a second set of hands. You like to be on camera? Are you a future YouTube star? Social media star? So one of the things I've done recently is I painted a test patch here of the color that we're going to go with. We decided after the fact that we were going to keep this color, and it's kind of like a mint chocolate chip color. It's so funny. The main reason I did it though is over here is where I'm going to be mounting the outdoor unit for my mini split system. So I wanted to make sure that I had you are just tickled pink. I wanted to make sure that I had everything painted behind it so that I didn't have to do that later. And then on the inside here, inside the house here, it's a little bit of a mess. Well, it's always a mess. But I've started to mount my cassette type mini split systems, and I had to kind of create my own way of hanging it. So this is the only one that is close to being permanently hung. The one over here, you can see it's got a support piece across the bottom there, just kind of holding it from falling out of the ceiling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't pull out of my hands there, Bubba. And then in here, there's going to be one that goes along this line here, which is where those trusses are. And outside of that, I'm working on running the electrical. So I've got some receptacles going in. I've got the vanity light getting wired up. So I need to create a circuit for the bathroom and for this spare room. What? I've also got the junction boxes run for my little pot lights in here. So those are ready to go. I've got a few things. The hardest thing in working in an old house like this is not only was the original construction a different code, but all the different splices and quote unquote fixes that people have done over the years. So getting all that right. I've also got a condensate tube running down, and what the plan is, I'm going to use a vinyl tube and connect to that condensate line with the vinyl tube and a hose clamp, and then that'll go into a T or a little inlet tailpiece, pretty much like what a dishwasher would empty into a sink drain. Whoa. And that's how I'm going to plumb the condensate. So I'll have all three of the ceiling units converging right above that point, and then it'll just come down. So I have to figure out on this wall where I want to put my condensing unit, and up here I'm going to drill a hole there for the spare bedroom. There on the other side of that truss will be for the living room unit, and then next to that will be for the master bedroom. So all three of those will come down. I think I have an idea of how I'm not going to use a traditional line set. I think I'm actually just going to build a covering, put some blocks up there, and actually just put a piece of siding up that matches the pattern of that specific spot on the house, and try to give it a little bit of a more seamless look, and then just paint over it once the lines have been run. So that is the plan for the upcoming couple of weeks, like I said. And then if I get all those line sets run and connected on the inside, and all my ceiling units connected and everything like that, then while my dad is here, I'm going to be doing the ceiling drywall, putting that up, and then I'll be able to put up the actual wall drywall. Hopefully here in the next couple of weeks we'll have most, if not all, of the drywall up, and by extension the rooms will be enclosed, and fingers crossed we will actually have climate control in the entire house, permanent climate control in the entire house, which will be awesome. So I think that's going to do it for today. So thanks for following us. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notification of future videos. As always, thanks for joining us, and God bless. Alright, so we've got the Tootsie's litter is now out in the middle pasture area. They are enjoying the extra space. So they've been in that temporary holding area that I use since they've been big enough to squeeze out through this fence. So it's been, I think it's been 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks since I put them in there, and now they're big enough, they're not at risk of squeezing out or anything. Hi. So now they will start the socialization through the fence with my main herd here. You see my boar's already. My boar's already doing his thing, and he's foaming at the mouth and checking out all the girls. But they'll spend at least, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks or so in here, and by that time, so from this pen here they can access my main herd, but then they can sniff Pumpkin through the fence. I closed her off in the hog barn and in that central little holding pen. So she's got her wallow, she's got a couple pressurized drinkers in there, and I'll just start the process of, she won't be grazing anymore. I'll have to give her all the food that she's going to be getting, because she should be getting close to having her babies in the next week or two, fingers crossed. And then there's also on the east side of that, you can see my boars are over here, and they can sniff through the fence on that side and get used to each other there, because the little boar Heath that was just sniffing through there, I'm gonna have to separate him before too long, because he's a boar, he's still intact. So I don't want, because this is a hybrid, I don't know how fast these girls are gonna mature, but I want to get him out of there before they potentially start cycling. And for guinea hogs, that's roughly about 6 months. So if they favor the guinea hog side, then I definitely need to get him out of here before, like, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. But once they've kind of acclimated themselves with all the different pig groups and everything, I'll put him over with the other 2 boars, and then I'll let the rest of them go out into my big pasture there, where there's a lot of forage for them to kind of go and, you know, get more socialized and everything like that. And then by that time, hopefully Pumpkin has had her babies, and then I can open up this area here slowly to her, so that she can get more exercise and more forage and everything like that. So that's the plan, that's the update, and thanks for joining us. God bless.